The county convention declared this week National Travel and Tourism Week in Marion counties. It is National Travel and Tourism Week, and as you know, we're nearing the tail end of this incredible, seems perpetual, infinite pandemic. We're starting to see Americans make some travel plans, vaccines getting in arms, people getting immunized, and people have been so cooped up. There's so much cabin fever. People want to travel, and if when people are planning vacations, they want to travel, Florida's usually top of mind. And you might not usually think of Marion County as your typical travel or tourist destination compared to a place like Miami or Orlando, but we see a lot of tourism, and there's a lot of reasons why. You see the ecotourism connected with things like Silver Springs, Rainbow Springs, the Rainbow River, beautiful facilities over at Cape Hole, opportunities for recreation there. Yes, and the Ocala National Forest as well. And then also, our equine industry. It's a massive tourism driver, and we've even seen it,
World Equestrian Center, anybody?
Yeah, during the pandemic, World Equestrian Center nearby the new digs here at the airport. The World Equestrian Center has even before the site is completely built out and finished, they've kept a full slate of events over the winter months. We've seen thousands of horses wintering in Ocala and showing regularly, and that's only going to accelerate as the World Equestrian Center continues to finish out and build out, and we start seeing breeder sales and horse season kicks into high gear. Of course, we saw the Kentucky Derby this past weekend, and Ocala connected horse winning that event.
Sold for $1,000 at the yearling sale.
Yep.
Medina Spirit sold for $1,000 at the yearling sale.
Bargain of a lifetime.
And then then the lady who bought him sold him for $35,000. So your Kentucky Derby winner, for a total investment of $36,000, has now in 6 races made $2.3 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
what the bargain!
Just beginning the Triple Crown season.
Right.
We'll see how things go at the Preakness and Belmont. But
let me test your knowledge, because I know you do your research. And I know you're very good at what you do, so let me test your knowledge.
I don't know about that.
No, it's tourism week.
Yeah.
And the proclamation. You said that people might not think of Ocala as a destination like they do Miami or Orlando. Not so fast, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, at the turn of the century, from the 19th to the 20th century, the number one vacation destination in the country was where?
Ocala, Florida, Silver Springs State. Yeah,
exactly.
Silver Springs. And actually,
Walt Disney built Disney World,
right,
the number one tourist attraction in the state of Florida and maybe the world was Silver Springs.
Yeah, and the minute I moved down here, that was the first thing I did, was go out to Silver Springs and do the boat tour and view the facility, because you could see that legacy.
You didn't get to see Six Gun Territory, though, which every young boy wanted to go to. Now, I'm sure you're from Tennessee, so you've been to Pigeon Forge.
Oh, yes.
You know the root 'em, toot 'em, shoot 'em up cowboy stuff and all at Pigeon Forge?
Absolutely.
That was Six Gun Territory.
Okay.
And where Six Gun Plaza is out in Silver Springs,
that
plaza was the parking lot for Six Gun Territory.
Okay.
And then you rode a train in or buckets in to the old western town.
Oh, that's
Six
fascinating.
Gun Territory.
That's fascinating.
And just like Maggie Valley,
yeah,
Ghost Town in the Sky, that was owned by the same people that owned Six Gun Territory.
That's really interesting.
And so they were the same type place. And as a kid, we would come from Jacksonville, stay at the old Holiday Inn, which is now the Days Inn or Comfort Inn, whatever it is, right across the street from the entrance to Silver Springs. And we would spend the week here doing Silver Springs and Six Gun Territory. And let me tell you something. There was no more enjoyment than watching Black Bart get shot off the roof by the sheriff at Six Gun Territory. So, yeah, good for you.
Every hour, every day.
You knew that Ocala was the tourist destination of the, by the way, very rich and very
the
famous.
Southeast, yeah. And so one thing that we're hoping to do, the Tourist Development Department is setting this up as we celebrate National Travel and Tourism Week. We're also encouraging our Marion County residents to get out and take some time this week, this month, and become a tourist in your own community. get out and go somewhere you haven't been.
KP
Eat at a
Hole is a
restaurant
great
you've
place.
never been. Patronize some small businesses. Go to KP Hole. Get on a tube. Rent a kayak. Fantastic stuff happening there at KP Hole and Blue Run at Denellen and all those fantastic parks on the
And
Rainbow
affordable.
River.
Affordable.
Yes.
That's the key. Not only can you do some great things, but they're affordable. And by the way, if you want to do something that's free, just go hike the forest.
Mm-hmm.
The forest is free. You can
And
go
the
out to forest.
Greenway.
Yeah, the Greenway. Fantastic.
And we're also encouraging, as you take the time, become a tourist in your community, take some highlights, take some photos, post them on social media. We've got a hashtag Ocala Marion Staycation, and we'll be tracking those. We'll be tracking those photos, tracking those submissions, and you might have the opportunity to see yourself featured in future marketing.
Alex Abishan from the County Commission. He's a public information officer with the Marion County Commission. Alex, if you had a place, because you're a transplant, you're from Tennessee, but you live here now. You love where you live now. Marion County.
I do.
Marion
I really
County's
do.
a fantastic place. I'm a transplant as well, even though people think I've been here all my life. I hadn't. But this weekend, if you're going to put rubber where the road is, because you just said people staycation, where's the place Alex Abishan hadn't been that he really is looking forward to going to see?
In Marion County.
In Marion County.
Yeah, the Ocala National Forest. I really haven't spent
It's really an
any
amazing
time in the
place.
forest. I'd like to get up to Salt Springs and Orange Lake and spend some time there in the east and northeast part of the county. I live in the southwest part of Marion County. I spent a lot of time in the Greenway. I spent a lot of time in Denellen on that river, but the eastern half of Marion County is largely unexplored to me. So
It's an amazing time.
Lake Weir, Orange Lake, Salt Springs, those locations. Yeah, I'll make that a weekend.
You've been to Lake Weir, you just hadn't been there for any extended period of time, right?
Right, yeah.
I'm sure you've been to the Lake Weir area.
Right.
Working for the county, you've been out
yes,
there.
yeah, I've
But-
been out there.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
by the way,
I haven't visited Lake
By the
Weir.
way, there are fine establishments out there. There are public parks out there that you can take advantage of Lake Weir. There are restaurants and eateries out in the Lake Weir area. So it's a great place to go visit. You bring up one
and
of
as far as public parks and facilities, that's throughout the county. We operate dozens
Right.
and dozens,
you bring up
50
a
plus.
fantastic place that I'm telling you you're going to love, Orange Lake. Orange Lake's a fantastic time. You go up in the Citra area, and I don't know if you're a golfer or not,
Oh, I am.
but if you're a golfer, there's a little known golf course that's right there by the High Lie place in Orange Lake. That if
This sounds great.
it's got 6 par 3s, 6 par 4s and 3 par 3s.
Okay.
So it's no par 5s, but it is in immaculate shape. And I'll tell you off the air the name of it and everything.
Okay.
But it
That sounds
is
great.
really a hidden gem that very few people know about. It's in an RV park.
Yeah, I haven't swung
And
a
it's
golf
amazing.
club this year.
Well,
I've got to get out.
Now you got something to do. Hey,
Yep.
let's take a phone call. You're on with Alex Abishan from the county. Who's this?
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. There's the ghost town out at Kerr City,
Yep,
way up in northeast.
that's right. Up
Certainly.
around
And,
Kerr.
Yeah, Lake Kerr, and there's the Don Garlett's Museum down there where 484 meets the interstate.
Yeah, that's actually right where I live. I got the opportunity to go through there and was really impressed at their collection. That was just a couple of months ago. We've also-
And I'll ring off for somebody else.
Thanks
and
for the
have
call,
a good day.
Jim. Yeah, the Don Garland's Museum, I'm about to make an admission that probably will get me some hate mail. Tom at WOCA.com.
Inviting it.
I've never been to the Don Garland's Museum.
It's worthwhile.
That may be
I
something I do for my staycation is go to the Don Garland's
I
Museum.
had low. I honestly, I wanted something to do, and it's nearby where I live, and I had very low expectations going in, and they were wildly surpassed. I'm a motorsports fan. I'm a race
Right.
fan, and I really, really,
Well,
really
you're from
enjoy
Tennessee.
seeing the.
You-
Gotta be.
I mean,
Yeah, and moved to Alabama, just a little ways away from Talladega.
So yeah, you went from a state that had one hallowed ground to a state that had another
Yep,
hallowed ground. 'Cause
exactly.
You don't get there's three tracks. If you don't know anything about NASCAR, but you want to go. You want to say, oh, well, I want to go find out about it. There's 3 places you can go that the experience will make you a NASCAR fan.
Yep.
Daytona Beach, Florida.
Yep.
Talladega, Alabama.
Yep.
And Bristol, Tennessee.
Yep. Absolutely.
If you're not a NASCAR fan after going to any of those 3 places, just don't call this show ever. Because Bristol, Talladega, and Daytona are, if you can't become a NASCAR fan after that, you are never going to be a NASCAR fan.
Yeah, and
by the way, Bubba Raceway here, very good venue to go watch some dirt track racing.
Yeah, and I haven't been able to do that. I'm a big fan of dirt track, and there's a short track tarmac. I don't think it's in Marion County, but nearby, like going toward Denellen, that runs like ARCA races and those sorts of things.
There's one there. There's also one in Volusia, the Volusia Speedway, which is not very far from here. There's a lot of opportunity to go see good racing. Jake Perkins. No Break Jake, he's a local kid. I say kid, he's now in his mid-20s, but I've known him since he was first on the scene. We had him on the radio 10 years ago at 13.
Oh, wow.
And he was racing dirt tracks then and asphalt tracks at 13. That was very accomplished. So there's a lot of opportunity for that around. Let's take one more call before we move on with the next subject Alex wants to talk about. You're on with Alex Abisham from the county. Hello.
Yes, good morning. Hello again, Tom, and your guest. I wanted to put a couple good words in for our local, and you were just talking, our local dirt racetrack here, which is the oldest dirt short track in the state of Florida. It's got a wonderful program. You got to go see the sprints and the midgets on that track. It's just a wonderful event. So I just wanted to mention that real quick.
It really is.
Yeah,
Thanks for the call, Hugh.
Thank you so much. Yeah, and with all that stuff, again, our tourist development department, the Visitors Convention Bureau, encouraging take some pictures. You remember the event,
again?
And it's Ocala Marion Staycation. Hashtag Ocala Marion Staycation.
He's talking about the raceway out there. It's in the Zuber, Reddick area, in between Zuber and Reddick and all. Right next to it, Fessenden Elementary, which is one of Marion County's elementary schools. The Coquino main building, one of the oldest buildings in Marion County.
Oh, wow.
Built in the 1860s.
Oh, and speaking of buildings, we've also had some recent work with our county commission, working with our parks department about the Ma Barker House, which is another place I haven't been to yet, and I'm interested in going out to.
It's amazing. I was when it was moved, and George Albright, the tax collector, was a main person to get that house moved from the property it was sitting on to where it sits now. They did the whole thing where they floated it across the lake and everything. It was great. Taxpayers' money did it. I'm on record as always saying I'm a historian. I have a master's degree in history. So don't get me wrong when I say I understand why George Albright wanted to preserve the Ma Barker House. I get that. I just don't like taxpayers' money doing it. It's just somebody said, well, now I'm on the Marion County Historical Commission.
Yeah.
I serve at the pleasure of Commissioner Michelle Stone, who appointed me to that commission. And I had a group come in one night, and they presented to the board, and they wanted us to help them they wanted us to take it to the county commission. But the county commission needed to give them a piece of land, give them money for a monument and everything. And I go, no. And they go, well, why not? It's historically significant. I go, I'm not arguing it's not historically significant. And by the way, I have a pulpit that's called the radio show. I will do everything in my power to bring you on my show, talk about this memorial, why it's important, help you find land to buy, help you get a proclamation if you need that and everything. All of that, help you raise private money. But I'm not going to let you use taxpayers' money. Right. So the Ma Barker House, even though I love that it's there and I've been to it and it's a great thing, I was on record, so I have to reiterate, I was on record as saying I didn't like how it was paid for to get it moved. But I'm still glad it got done.
I understand that.
I'm still glad it got done.
Yeah, and there's future plans for improving that site as well. And
like
and another
Fort King.
place, Fort King. That's a place I have been to many times, and
amazing.
Just a huge asset for this county to see where Central Florida came from. Yeah, and we have actually our fantastic public library system. We actually have documents of the first county commission meeting for Marion County, which took place at Fort King.
Yeah.
which is the original, the original county seat.
176 years ago now.
Yes, sir.
Anything else, Alex? Go ahead. I know
Yeah,
you got
so
more.
another thing, I'm super, super excited about this. Our Animal Services Department recently received a $50,000 grant from Petco Love. That was previously known as the Petco Foundation. Of course, Petco, a supplier of pet supplies, food, toys, all that sort of stuff. They have a nonprofit foundation that serves to benefit shelters and people that are doing good work for pets, and they awarded Marion County's Animal Services Department a $50,000 grant earlier this week. Our Animal Services Director, Mr. Jim Sweet, says it'll allow us to make significant improvements to the animal center, also improve the quality of care provided to the animals that are in our care, the homeless pets that are in our community.
By the way, at a no-kill shelter, the county shelter is a no-kill shelter.
Fairly recently, too, as of about 2019 is when we accomplished that mission of becoming no-kill. And when you go to no-kill, your needs for space, your needs for resources increase dramatically because...
Astronomically.
Yeah, because we're at capacity pretty much all the time. And for that exact reason, I would encourage you to come by the animal center, check it out. There are some fantastic, fantastic pets for you to meet, get to know, consider adopting and bringing into your family.
I was on the board of the Humane Society, and it's a no-kill shelter as well. And people don't understand you're at full capacity every day.
Yep.
And the shelter, the Marion County Animal Shelter, cats and dogs, they're at full capacity every day. So, hey.
And the animal shelter also cares for a variety of other animals. You go out there, we've got
and
pigs,
turtles and pigs.
Horses. We've got a couple of horses, I believe, right now at Shocker Park, and we see cows come in. If cows get out and are abandoned and can't find the owner doesn't claim them, we take care of them. Then they're eventually put up for auction. So yeah, they're a variety of
I
services.
saw a tortoise there
are.
one time.
Really,
I saw
really
a big tortoise there one time. About 5 years ago, they had for a while they had a big tortoise.
I know at one
Somebody
time
abandoned it.
Yeah, I know at one time our animal control officers had broken up a cockfighting ring, and there were a bunch of roosters that were like dozens and dozens that were thankfully rehomed fairly expeditiously, but there's a large area outside, a created area for poultry and fowl.
$50,000 will go a long way to help the animals.
Yes, absolutely, and that comes on the back of another $50,000 donation that we got not long ago. In late March, a woman named Suzanne Longfellow had bequeathed $50,000 to the animal shelter in honor of a dog that she had adopted. The dog was 1 year old. That was a huge help to both her and her husband. Served as almost a therapy dog of sorts because her husband suffered with Parkinson's disease, and the dog would bark and alert family members if he was having a fairly significant issue. And she was so taken with Rocky, was the dog's name. It's a beagle pug mix that I believe now lives with her family, and was so taken with the dog and so taken with with the quality of care that she got and the experience she had with animal services, she left the department $50,000.
Pretty
and
good.
Yeah, it goes a long way to accomplishing that our mission for our county's homeless pets.
It does go a long way, and it's something that people don't realize with the feral cat issue in this town and everything. The service that the Marion County Animal Services does is really stellar work.
I do want to mention, I know we're a little bit short on time. I want to talk about vaccines for a little while. COVID-19 vaccination efforts are still ongoing in Marion County. We've been extremely successful. More than 134,000 residents in Marion County have now received...
A third of the county is received.
Correct. Over a third of the county has now received at least one dose of a COVID vaccine, and about a third of the county is now fully vaccinated.
Are you fully vaccinated?
100. Yes, sir. I got my second dose on Friday. And actually, I didn't do too bad with my second dose. The first, I got Pfizer through the health department. The first dose, I did not feel great. The second dose, I felt fine. Just a little soreness in the site. And actually, on my side, the side of my injection site, right around my rib cage,
Right.
was sore for about a day or two. But I
That's where
didn't
your
have
third
any.
arm's going to grow from.
Right. I didn't have any ill effects. In about a week, I'll be street legal and fully immunized.
I encourage people who make the choice to become immunized to not wait. Do it now.
Yes, yeah. If you're going to do it, please do it now, and please consider
Weigh all the
receiving
options. There's
a
plenty of information that you can go find from the county, from Advent Health and all, that shows you the pros and the cons and everything. There's plenty of information for you to make an informed decision about whether you should get the vaccination or not. And if you decide to get the vaccination, don't hesitate. Go get it.
And as I was, as I was talking about the health department for a little while, another thing the health department's now offering at our Paddock Mall vaccination site, and soon to be offered at the health department, as the Paddock Mall site will soon be closing.
We're not mentioning that place. it's the place over there off Easy Street that has a vaccination site.
Right. The health department is now offering Johnson & Johnson vaccines.
Right.
After the pause, the FDA and CDC had issued a pause for extremely rare blood clotting disorder. They've now lifted that pause, and the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is now available if you'd prefer a single dose option. You have that option, and there's walk-up opportunities. You don't have to make an appointment on certain days. You can just go register really quickly, get your vaccine. I got my vaccine there. They'll be moving to the health department exclusively for vaccines. And another thing that they're doing is offering vaccine clinics at businesses. Major businesses in the area are currently seeing vaccine clinics. Amazon, Chewy, major warehouses there, and they'll be moving into smaller businesses for pop-up vaccination clinics starting next month.
We had the head of HR for AutoZone Distribution Center in here yesterday, and they're doing something. They're offering their employees $100 bonus if they get the vaccination.
Makes sense. And another thing that we are now starting to do, it's been a challenge with resources and with vaccine availability, but now that vaccines are more readily available, we're able to offer vaccination appointments for homebound residents in Marion County.
That's
and this
huge
is a
deal.
huge resource. We're partnering with, of course, our Marion County Fire Rescue as well as Ocala Fire Rescue. Paramedics are able to go out, have a certain amount of vaccine doses, and make those homebound vaccine appointments. Come to your house, get that vaccine. If you or a loved one or you know someone who is homebound and needs to receive a vaccine or just otherwise can't make it out to one of the vaccination sites, you have that option. I can give you a phone number. It's 866-779-6121, and you can also email homeboundvaccine@em.myflorida.com. And you can register for those homebound vaccine appointments.
That's a huge deal to get people that can't get out.
Right.
To get them vaccinated safe so they can start getting visitors.
Absolutely.
That's a
huge
because
deal. People have been so isolated, and we want to, restore that sense of community here in Marion County.
Alex Abashan, he is from the Public Information Office of the County Commission, Marion County Commission. Thanks for coming in, Alex.
Thank you, Tom. Good to be with you.
Talk to you or County Commissioner Bryant in 2 weeks.
Sounds good.
See you
Looking
then.
forward to it.
This is WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
A common tomato plant disease to watch for in your garden. That's coming up on This Land of Ours.
Smart shoppers will tell you they found it on HighBid.com. HighBid.com lets you explore thousands of auctions across the U.S. and around the world. You'll find gold coins, sporting goods, classic cars, collectible toys, fine jewelry, household items, and sports memorabilia autographed by the greats. HighBid.com has hundreds of thousands of items for sale every day. It's easy to search, and it's easy to find auctions in your area. Just go to HighBid.com, that's HIBID.com, and see what everyone is talking about.
This is my farm, and on it I'm raising corn. I'm raising soybeans,